All right, what's going on, family? This is Paul McMillan II, and welcome to another live session on NAS100. It's May 4th, 2022. Before we get started, let me pause this recording. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So once again, we're going to do a top-down analysis on NAS100. So the first step is we're going to mark up from the 15-minute to the 4-hour time frame. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go all the way back in time, as far back as price goes. We're going to start marking up our market structure based off of support and resistance and institutional imbalances in the market. A couple minutes to figure that out. That's what it is right there. So let me turn on the full screen. So then what we're going to do is we're going to put a vertical line here, right? We're going to start marking up our market structure using horizontal lines and zones. So we're going to put one here. Let me pause this recording real quick. For some reason, the music had changed. That's why I had to change it back. Okay. We're going to use our horizontal lines. There's going to be the 15-minute line here. One there. One here. One up there. Now, all right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to draw our zones under these horizontal lines. We're going to change this to yellow. All right. All right, there we go. So now we have marked up pretty much all of 15-minute time frame. So we're going to move on to 30-minute. Mark that up. So we'll say the 30 minutes starts here. So I'm going to put a vertical line right here up to, let's say, this area here. So put one here. Give me a second. Okay, I went on ahead and switched the music, make sure the music lasts longer. Okay. So we're gonna make this, let's see, green. There we go. All right. Now we got that part. Of course, we'll get this one. A lot of liquidity in this area that caused prices to spring up and insufficiency of price up to here. Right. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to the 1 hour. Right. So then what we're going to do is put the vertical line right here. All right. So then we're going to make this red. Put one down here. Maybe right here. Yeah, this might be good. And then do another one down to here. So now what I'm going to do is draw the zones off these lines here. You know, just marking up these zones under these horizontal lines that I created. Let me erase this and do this one. All right. So now we pretty much marked up the 1 hour. Let's move on to the 4 hour, see where we're at. So now we're going to move on forward. And this is where current price is at now. So probably what I'm going to do is draw another line here. Let me make this I'm going to move this maybe up to here. Seems more appropriate. Okay. So now that we did that, we completed step 1. Now we're going to go back to the 15-minute time frame. All right, and you can see these zones are matching perfectly with everything we drawn up. Now, the very next step is to identify the current trend in the market. So we can see that price sprung up into an uptrend all the way up until this point here. At least all the way up until this point, but now it's ranging. So it's consolidation. Okay. So in that case, we want to wait for a breakout, see which way price is going to break out. Okay. So the very next thing I want to do is turn on my higher high and higher low strategy indicator. And as you can see where the most recent low, the most recent high is. So then what I like to do is put my X factor lines, because this is what helps me determine which way price is going to break out and go. There's going to be X factor lines, sell there. Now, what I want to do is, I'm not going to necessarily put it here. I'm probably going to have price cross the most recent high here to determine if it's going to buy up to this next zone here. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to turn this off. And then now, the biggest thing is determining which imbalances in the market that the banks are going to more likely want to fill first. So I want to kind of put this here. Might actually move this down a little bit. There we go. Save that. So we're going to turn on our order block indicator. So let's analyze this. So to give you guys a little bit of education on imbalances in the market, anytime when the institutions are trading in the market, they have billions and trillions of dollars to drive price extremely fast, whether it's going into a downtrend or an uptrend. You can see that here, which created imbalance, insufficiency in price here, as well as when price previously dropped here, created insufficiency imbalance as well. So the $1 million question is, because let's say here, for example, they made a drop of money selling NAS100 down, but there were some buy orders that also went unfulfilled as well. So even though they were in huge profit, they were also in huge loss, which is why they had to come back and mitigate this area to sell it off here. But they're going to have to do the same here eventually. But while they also mitigated this area, they shot price up extremely fast on this possession and created insufficiency imbalance as well. So they're going to have to fill these up as well. So what I do is I use these imbalances as take profit zones. Okay, that's what I do. And so I'm going to wait to see which way price breaks out. That's going to determine whether I'm going to buy or sell NAS100. Now, this is another one here. Now I'm going to kind of move this up. Let's kind of move it up like that. It's all that so good. So that's what I'm going to do. So now that we have identified the trend and we located imbalances in the market, one of the other things I want to do as well is on the indicator here, I'm going to turn on the order block finder. So I see a lot of order blocks on the top here, which made price go down, and it's kind of, scribbling. So that's why it's ranging. But this gives me a huge indication they're probably going to sell this off, because there's a huge order block here. There was an order block here as well, but I see it here. They're probably going to make price drop, but we'll see at the 9:30 bell. So, and also I like to locate the Harami candles like this here, because then that gives me an indication that price is going to reverse and go the other way. It's a possibility. I think I see one here as well, if I'm not mistaken. So now that I have figured that out, this is when I start bringing out my risk to reward tool. So I'm going to set up for the short position. So this is what I put if I'm going to decide to sell NAS100. And this is going to be a first take profit. Matter of fact, first take profit, I will probably put it right here. Right up to here. And then I want to make this the second take profit. So I want to label this. This is going to be 750 plus pips. Okay, so that's going to be TP1. And then when I bring it down to here, it's going to be TP2. Let me say 2200 plus pips. And then as time goes on, I see where price is going, I'll adjust these areas, okay? So I want to move this over here. Move this over here. There we go. Now I want to save my progress here. All right. Then I'm going to take my risk reward tool for the buy. That way price buys up. Then I'm going to hit this take profit up to here. I'm going to make this the first take profit here. That is going to be 550 plus pips. And then the second one here, it's going to be TP2, 1100 plus pips. Then the very next thing I'm going to do here is set my alarms for these take profit zones. Then I'm going to turn on my Delorean EMA indicator here. So let me go ahead and set my alerts, and I will be right back. All right, so I went on ahead and drew up my X factor lines. Okay. So now, zoom in just a little bit on price so we can see it. There we go, we can see it real good. Whoops. There we go. So you can see price pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is turn on my Delorean EMA indicator. This is the indicator that I use as extra confirmation. Anytime when the when the yellow EMA crosses the red EMA, it's usually a sign that it's going to form a very strong candle or a strong trend, whether it's an uptrend or a downtrend. You can see that prime example here. So I can see that the yellow EMA about to cross the red EMA. Now, one thing I'm thinking as well, it's a possibility I might bring this up to here, just a little bit higher maybe. Let's see which way price goes. I'll say that. So when I look at the RSI, it looks like price is probably going to sell, possibly, but we'll know for sure which way. You know, if it does, they have a lot of imbalance they need to cover here, so they're probably going to drop. But we'll know for sure at the 9:30 bell. So we're going to wait for the 9:30 bell now. I believe it is 8:37, so we have less than an hour. So at the 9:30 bell, I will resume this recording and we'll see where we're at. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so it's 9:25. So we have another less than 4 minutes to this next candle pushes. So probably the next candle is going to determine where price is really going. So I'm probably going to wait for the next 2 candles before I make my decision. See which way price out breaks. So we'll see in a minute here. Once it hits the 9:30 bell, I will resume this recording. All right, so we have less than a minute. We'll see where we're at. So once it hits the 9:30 bell, we're gonna put our seatbelts on and see what it do. All right, so we have about 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 9:30 bell. See what it does. Now, if it ends up buying, then I'm gonna put in my stop loss and take profit for the buy. But we'll see what it does first. Probably going to dip. But we'll see. Yeah, it's probably going to dip. I'm gonna probably wait for the next candle though, unless it really pushes down to this point here, and I might pop through. But we'll see. Let's wait and see. They're very volatile. So we're resting on this area here. 13 seconds for this one. If it pushes, something might be dropping. Yeah, see, it's still bouncing off of that line. Still resting on that line. We'll see what the next candle does. Tracing back. That's why I didn't jump in yet. I want to wait for a confirmed breakout. Let me pause this recording until I get a confirmed breakout. So I went in for the sell. Looks like it's probably pushing past this point. We'll see what happens. Hope I didn't do it too quickly. See what happens here. Probably going to drop. Drawdown and busting me. Probably did it too quick. But we'll see. Come on, NAS. Come on. Don't go back on me now. Come on now. Come on now. Pause this recording until I get into profit. Looks like I'm in profit now. There we go. $57 profit. Great. So now my second partial trade is running. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trail my stop loss. It's really dropping now. $135.8. 0.8. So we already scored $57 on the first partial trade. Now we're still running on this one. It looks like it's finally dropping now. See how much farther. There we go. $74 profit between two partial trades. Bam. So we knock this out. So now what I'm going to do is actually share the screen and look at the chart here. So we got ourselves a good scalp out of this candle. NAS probably might drop maybe down to this point, maybe. But probably might go back up. Let me take a screenshot of this. Give me a second, guys, and then this session will be over. All righty. So, yep, looks like price is still dropping. So that's it for this live session on NAS100, guys. See you in the next one. Take care.